Today we have Britta Glass, who is here to share with us about creating um, and going to also lead us in creating some origami. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. I'll just start with a little bit of who I am. I grew up in North Manchester, born and raised, and currently live in Fort Wayne. I went to school at the University of St. Francis and majored in painting, drawing, and a minor in art history. I have two littles here at home that I live with my partner in crime, Kyle, and they keep me on my toes. They keep me very busy. Um, I love watercolor is my choice of paints. I love watercolor and mixed media. My art kind of runs on the edge of whimsical and imaginary and very colorful. I am recently trying to come back to my art. I've lost it for a while, and so I'm trying to come back and find the joy and what I love about it and why I like doing it. So that's been an interesting journey through this year with everything going on. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I do. I stay at home full time with my two littles, keeping them loved and occupied, and my hope one day is to illustrate kids' books. So we'll get there eventually, but not this year. So today I'm going to talk about creativity. I'll start with the definition. This is from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. The definition of create is to bring into existence, to produce through imaginative skill, or to invest in a new form. Often when I do workshops or teach people, I have people say, I am not creative, I cannot do this, I can't. They come up front and say, I'm not creative. And I would encourage you, if you feel that way, to find a different word for creative. There's so many different words that you can use. In the thesaurus, I looked up make, organize, fashion, start, discover, plan, imagine, dream up, give to life. So I like to think of my parenting as being creative. It helps take the edge off of it a little bit. So redefine your creativity. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be pencil and paper. It can be movement, any kind of movement, whether that's dancing in your kitchen at 3 a.m. or running or yoga. It can be conversations you have with people or with yourself. I often do that. Conversations. It can be making spaces in your home feel comfortable and happy, or in your office. It can be what you wear and how you feel when you wear that thing. There are many ways to think of creativity instead of just the quote unquote artistic artist persona. It can also be with crayons, markers, paper, coloring books, anything in the traditional sense. So it can be whatever you want. It can be done anywhere, and it can be done at any time. So I would encourage you, if you struggle with the definition of creativity, if that scares you, to redefine it. Just use different words. It helps your brain go, oh yeah, I can do that, instead of being super scary. Some ways that creativity can help you throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the year. It can help you sort through thoughts. I often don't know what I'm thinking unless I write it down. That's how I process things. It can help you connect with feelings. It can encourage play and imagination, which is so important and so big. It can help relax and quiet your mind and help on concentration most of the time. I often struggle with that. It can relieve stress, reduce anxiety, help promote self-awareness, build confidence. It's always nice when you do something that you're really proud of to go, I did that, I'm awesome. Look at me. It helps your heart feel happy. It can also express what words can't, which is really nice when you don't have words to put into things. That's why it's so important with kids to do art and have them help express themselves. Maybe they don't have the words, but they can do it with pictures. So that's a big one. I have a couple guidelines that I try and stick with when I do art. The first one, everything has an ugly stage. Everything has an ugly stage. I always will get through a project or start something and think, why did I do this? This is awful. This isn't going to turn out well. And about halfway through, I'm like, okay, not so bad. So I would encourage you when you're in that ugly stage of whatever you're doing to keep going. You'll get past the ugly stage. The second one, you will not know what works for you unless you try. I can't tell you what's going to work for you. I only know, learning what works for me. So you won't know what works for you until you try. And some things will and some things won't. It's just a trial and error kind of thing. And then the last big one, the process of creating is what's important, not always the end product. Now, the end product is awesome. If you love it, that's great. But more importantly, if you felt good while you were doing it, that's the big part. If you connected with something that you didn't know you needed to connect with, if you discovered, hey, I really like green and purple together, awesome. I really like sparkles, great. Moving my body this way makes me feel really good. That's what's important, and not necessarily how and what you end up with. So those are my kind of 3 big rules for creating, kind of what you need to center yourself. So let's get into origami hearts. What you'll need is a square piece of paper. Any paper will do. I have some pretty paper. Just make sure it's square. I think these are 5 by 5. So this is a good size to start with, 5 by 5 or whatever size you have. You can go bigger or smaller. And then optional are scissors and a glue stick. But these are optional. It's my personal preference. You don't have to have them. So that's what you'll need for the heart. Let me move my notebook. And we will get started. Does everybody have their paper? Yes? Yes. Okay, I'm going to move the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you will start with, if you have a pattern paper, start with the pattern side down. So you'll have the plain or blank side up. And you are going to take the corner closest to you and fold it with the other corner. And make a triangle. And fold. So that's what you have. Then you're going to unfold it, turn your paper, and take the corner and fold it up to the other corner again. So just the other way. So you have another triangle. So you folded your paper like that. Everybody good? Good? Okay. Then you are going to put a corner towards you again, and you're going to take the corner closest to you, the point, and fold it to the middle. So that's what you have. So take the corner closest to you and fold it to the middle. Everybody good? Yep. Okay. Turn your paper. So that fold we just did is away from you. You're going to take the corner closest to you and fold that clear up to the top of your previous fold. So So you fold it down so it goes clear to the top of the previous fold. Everybody good? Yeah? Okay. Then you are going to take the corner down here, so your right-hand side, you're going to take this corner right here, and you are going to fold that up to the top point, going along the center line. Give me a minute and I'll show you what it looks like. So you're going to take this corner down here and fold it up to the center line, up the center line. Does that make sense? Yeah? Good. I'm so proud of you guys. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you'll take this corner and fold it up along the center line. So you should have what starts to look like a heart. Yes! Everybody good with that step? Ah, yay! Good job, guys. Okay, so I'll turn mine around so you can see what the back looks like. Then you are going to take your two tops and fold the top down to this line. So take the top of that and just fold the point to the very top of your heart. We're going to kind of just round our hearts out. So you got two flaps right here. Then you are going to do that with your sides. You take your sides and you are going to fold in just a smidgen. It's an artistic term, smidgen. Just a smidgen. There on the sides. So you have two sides. You'll fold them in. And when you're done, you have a heart. Yes! Ah, you guys are awesome. Yay! Okay, and then this is completely optional. I like to send snail mail. So I like my hearts to lay flat and be intact. So what I'll do is I'll unfold my heart and take my glue stick. Hopefully it's not dried out. My kids like to use it. Take my glue stick and glue all in the middle. And fold it back and press it down. Then I will do the same thing with my top and my sides. Glue it down. And then it's not as floppy. But that's a total personal preference. So if you want a floppy heart, that's fine. If you don't, the glue just does it just well. So some of the things I like to do with these, I like to send them in snail mail. Like I said, I love to send mail through to my friends and family. So I like to send these. I like to kind of lay them around the house for the kids to find. I also like to just keep them in a pretty jar because it makes me happy. A big pretty jar with full of a bunch of hearts. This is a low cost, not a lot of brain activity way to create. You can kind of let your mind wander. You don't have to think too much. I'm not worried about what it's going to look like at the end because I already know. So yeah, that's what we got. If you need the instructions again, I found a little handout. You can look on Pinterest. I'm sure you could find one on Google. Just type in origami heart, and that'll pop up if you forget what to do. So yeah, that's what I got.
This is awesome. I'm gonna show it to my son. He's in kindergarten right now. Yeah.
You would love it. Yeah, my daughter who's in kindergarten loves to do them with me. Yeah, he would love to do it.
And I can never, because he's asked me before, like to do like the paper airplane, and I can't do that. So this will be like, you can do this.
Yeah. It would make great Valentines. I think about
Yeah,
Valentine's
yeah.
Day.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's nice because then it's something you've made and you've put thought into, but it doesn't take a ton of time.
Yeah, I think about for your kids too. That would be a great thing to give for their class or whatever. So neat.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so
thank
glad
you.
for this opportunity. It was nice to tap in and kind of reconnect with why I create.
Yeah, well, thanks for talking through all of that at the beginning too. That was really insightful and helpful. We appreciate it.
Good. I'm glad.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. And Mara, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I'll try to do it more often. September was very busy for me, like ridiculously busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll try to join more in the coming.
Well, and the link should be posted on the website soon, so you can always access the previous ones as well. So if you ever want to look at those. Yeah. All right. Thank you both for joining. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
This was wonderful. Bye.